And we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our, I think, it's our fourth Take Your Shot series. Take Your Shot series. Hey, everyone. Hi. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I love it when everybody's trickling in. Yes, yes, yes. We are back. We are so back. I love having this series. I love engaging with everyone. I love our time here, and I'm just so excited. I need everybody to just tell me where are you tuning in from. Give me a city, give me a country, whatever you feel like. Me, I'm gonna give you a city. I'm in Johannesburg. It is freezing, very cold. During the day, it gets kind of warm, but the temperature just drops. It's unbelievable. Miss Jacqueline says, first time on your live. Welcome. I hope you stay. You better stay. Nomzamo, I've sent you a message. Okay, we'll get to see it. The Eries Prize just joined. Hey! We have East London. We have Mlazi. Come on, everybody. We have Richards Bay. Yes. As you can see, I'm in a mini jungle. I hope you're appreciating my mini jungle. We love, love, love plants. Another first time at Cape Town, Westville, Durban. It's very warm, as you know. I know. The Durbanites are not experiencing winter at all. Winter in Durban is basically summer. Welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. Cape Town, Brooklyn. Okay. Shout out BK. We love BK. Finally catching your live. Well, welcome. KZN Hillcrest. If you haven't been to Hillcrest is the most glorious thing that you'll see in KZN, with the beautiful valley of 1,000 hills just like trickling on top of each other. It is a sight for sore eyes. You've got to go see it for yourself. Cape Town, 100% rainbow, but not cold. Cape Town, you have had a terrible couple of weeks with the rain, so I'm happy to see that it's no longer raining and you're fine now. Guys, if you are joining us for the first time at the hashtag Take Your Shot series, it is an incredible conversation that I get to have every single time with different people who are part of the Eries Prize, whether they are finalists or previous winners, and it has always been such an informative conversation. I love having these conversations. Last time we had Mo's Crib, two very wonderful entrepreneurs who are unbelievable in terms of just their business acumen. If you are new to this and you don't know what Eries Prize is a prestigious prize that was started by the Royal Foundation and His Royal Highness Prince William. It aims to celebrate and highlight the impact of so many impactful and also innovative sustainability entrepreneurs around the world. And if you didn't know this, the Eries Prize is going to be hosted in Africa this year, and South Africa is going to play host in Cape Town. Yes, baby, Cape Town, the mother city, is going to be hosting the Eries Prize, and there is much excitement. And of course, the official African broadcaster is the Multi-Choice Group, and we're so excited that we get to have this conversation. Today, I have a very, very special woman. She is the CEO of the Eries Prize, and she is joining me all the way from Ghana. I can't wait to hear if she's tried jollof. You know, we've got to test it. I'm talking about none other than Hannah Jones, and I can't wait to have her on. I know that she's already prepped, and she's got her lighting, she's got her setting, and she's ready to have this conversation. I love listening to Hannah because she always speaks from the heart, and also just has a very natural and pure intention for truly being an active participant when it comes to saving our planet and coming up with durable solutions and scalable solutions that are here to stay. So I can't wait to have her on in a few seconds, and I'm about to bring her on and grill her. Hey, I see everybody still coming in, and I'm just happy that we get to have this conversation. So please stay with us, send questions. We love to see questions. We love to see anybody who is interested in sustainability, who is interested also in taking part in the Eries Prize. It is absolutely fantastic. The 5 pillars of the Eries Prize is basically to protect and restore nature, to clean our air, to revive our oceans, to fix our climate. Am I forgetting the fifth? I am not forgetting the fifth. I am way too good at this. It's to build a waste-free world. You heard it. So, what we also love to do is to get emojis. So, my emoji would be water. My emoji would be an ocean. What is it that you care about? Do you care about plants? Do you care about our nature? Do you care about building a waste-free world? Do you care about fixing our climate? Do you care about cleaning our air? So send an emoji that basically embodies what you care about when it comes to saving our planet. And I am about to accept animals. Oh, we're getting plants, we're getting drops of water. Ocean, baby, in Cape Town. Yes, to ocean. Yes, yes, yes. Trees, please. Air. I see air in the building. Yes, building a waste-free world. I hope you are recycling. You better have a local recycling place that you take your stuff to you. Hi, Hannah.
Hi, it's great to be with you.
I'm so happy I get to chat to you. How are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
How's Ghana?
Well, I've actually left Ghana. I'm now in Lagos, so
Oh
my
my
road trip
goodness.
continues.
Oh, we. Okay, so from one jollof rice to the next, have you tried the jollof wars? Have you made your decision?
Okay, so I haven't got to the jollof in Nigeria, Lagos, but I have done the Ghanaian one. So now the competition is on. In fact, there's a big competition going on between Ghana and Nigeria on the Earthshot Prize, is what I hear.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm interested to find out. I wonder if we can be able to have some kind of hint, hint, nudge, nudge, so that we let everybody into it. How was Ghana? What did you enjoy about it? Was it your first time there? Have you been there before?
No, it's my first time in Ghana, not my first time in West Africa, but my first time in Ghana. And it was simply wonderful. We are loving it. We got to go out and meet some of the nominees for this year's Earthshot Prize. We don't know yet who's going to be a finalist, but we went out and visited some of the nominees and just saw the passion and the incredible work that they're doing. And this is what really motivates us. Every time we go out and meet with entrepreneurs and leaders that are thinking about change and seeing how they're also creating jobs for local communities, it's incredible. It's so inspirational.
I mean, I love the contrast also between the two West African countries, you know, Ghana and Nigeria, in the sense that Nigeria is such a concrete jungle. So it's going to be very interesting what some of the most impactful solutions are coming out of Nigeria. And of course, Ghana is a very community-based kind of people, and I love that about them as well. So I'm interested to find out more. How many countries have you traveled across the continent yet? With
Oh my
multi-choice, right?
goodness. I'm ticking off quite a few on this trip, but obviously I've spent a lot of time now in South Africa, which I'm just loving the time that we get to spend with you, the multi-choice team, and all the entrepreneurs and the game-changing solutions that we're seeing in South Africa. But you know, we have closed the call for nominations.
Yeah.
We're going through the selection process. And I have to tell you, this year, Africa is beating other regions like completely. We have over 400 nominations into the Earthshot Prize from around the African continent. So we've got a bit of a competition going on, is what we've decided. A friendly competition. Forget World Cup and football. Let's talk Earthshot Prize between the African continent.
It's a sustainability competition going on here.
Exactly. So
It's
you
the
know,
true world champion.
exactly. So South Africa and Nigeria are up against each other at about 34, 35 nominations each.
Wow.
Right now, Kenya, over 100 nominations coming in. But we pretty much have nominations from almost every country across Africa, which is phenomenal. And so one of our goals in coming to Ghana and Nigeria and then going to Nairobi and other countries for the rest of the year is really to raise the number of nominations for next year, so that Africa isn't just giving in 400, but is showing the world. Yeah, why not in the thousands? Show the world the innovation that's happening across the continent.
Wow. Okay, I'm gonna get to that juicy part because I need us to unpack why Africa, why now, and the timing of it all. So I wanna park that a little bit, but I want to talk about your journey first, and I'm gonna start with the hardest question. It's a question that always is posed to me, and it just kind of knocks me off my little axis, and it makes me pause and think. But the first question I'd probably ask you is, who is Hannah? Who is Hannah, and what was life like before the Earthshot Prize?
Well, that's a big question, isn't it? Who is Hannah? Well, I'd say one of the most important things for me is that Hannah is a mum. I have two amazing kids. They're not really kids, 20 and 24, and they just are fantastic. And I watch the world through their eyes, and I suppose that's one of my motivating factors. But I've been working on sustainability now for all my career, and ever since I was a teenager, I wanted to work on social justice. I wanted to work on how you could make the world a more just and equitable place, and how you could really give everybody the same opportunity. So I wasn't
Was
really
that
coming back.
something that came naturally to you?
You know, I think it was. I think I came from a family where purpose was very important to us all. Certainly, no one in my family had ever worked in a corporation, and I ended up going and working in a company for 22 years. But I managed to bring purpose into that work. So I went to work for Nike as their first chief sustainability officer before the word was even existing.
Right.
And so there was an interesting place of being part of a big brand that we all care so much about, that has a big presence in people's lives, and thinking about things like labor rights in supply chains, thinking about how sport can be a vehicle for social change and change young people's lives. We did work in Soweto, we did work around South Africa for that. And then also looking at how a company needs to change everything about itself to be environmentally sustainable.
Oh, wee. Wow. Now, I already read about your career and know how illustrious it is and the history behind it. But I really, for me, it was the main question, I suppose, was around why sustainability? Why should we care? Because there's always the big question of sometimes people don't even want to look the other way when it comes to social justice, right? And particularly teaching communities around the world around climate justice and sustainability. Um, have you found that throughout your journey, whenever you join a corporation or join any nonprofit, that it has impacted how the company starts to think differently? And what are some of the key factors for businesses to start thinking around that?
Well, I think one of the things that we haven't done very well in the environmental movement is figure out how to make people find joy and have their hearts be moved. We tend to focus on the logic and the science and the mathematics of 1.5 degrees. And for most of us, that doesn't really resonate with, well, how does that fit with my day to day life? I don't really feel like I can
Right.
do anything about 1.5 degrees when I'm going shopping to buy my food.
Mm-hmm.
But if you turn the mindset and you think, how can we live in harmony with nature?
Sure.
How can we be creative? How can we use our imaginations to come up with solutions and businesses that make the world better for my community, and also mean that I'm not at threat from things like drought or food shortages? And when I listen to the conversations I have with young people, particularly out of my conversations in South Africa, it's actually, how do I get creative about creating a new job for myself and my friends and my community from something unexpected? So we all really, we think of as heroes these amazing entrepreneurs that build new businesses, and you go, gosh, I would never have thought of that. Who ever thought of, you know, Facebook or Instagram? Now we all use it all the time, and it's our new normal.
Right.
Well, with the environment, it's actually the same. Who would have ever thought of plastics being made of seaweed? I'm like,
Sure.
oh, I'd never thought of that. But the person that
Mm-hmm.
invented it just won an Earthshot Prize. And now it's in football stadiums going all over the world as the packaging of choice for football fans. So when you go and buy your food in the stadium, you're not taking fossil fuel based packaging. you're taking seaweed-based packaging.
Right.
Then you think about other people that are taking tech and using it to say, how can we do sustainable fishing and get fisher communities more income and more stability? Well, that's happening right off the coast of Cape Town with Abelobi, who figured out how to use some light technology and help the fishing community to thrive better whilst protecting the oceans. So the whole thing for me is, if you can make people feel actually this is about innovation and imagination and opportunity, we start to think a bit differently about how we connect with the environment.
It's what I love so much about the Earthshot Prize, that it lifts the lid of invisibility and makes people think of innovative ways and imaginative ways around sustainability. The thing about it is that we wouldn't have even known about Abalobi as much as we do had it not been for lifting that lid of invisibility. Now, the Royal Foundation can partner, can highlight, can celebrate so many other causes. Why the Earthshot Prize? Why start the Earthshot
So
Prize?
it's a great, great question. And I'm going to go back to our founding story, which starts with the Prince of Wales, Prince William. And it actually starts in Africa in 2019 when he was visiting a conservation project. And what he saw was that it was working. And it was creating safety for the protected animals. It was creating jobs for the local community, and the biodiversity was returning. So basically it was working. But his question was, how come this isn't famous, and how come it isn't going to scale and being replicated all over the world? Because if it were, the world would be just such a different place just from this one solution. So his first question was, how can I start to shine a spotlight on all these amazing solutions and help them to speed to scale faster?
Sure.
His second question was, at the time he was looking around and he was seeing more and more young people feeling climate anxiety, climate anger, and climate just hopelessness, you know, feeling completely defeated, worried about their futures. And he said, you know what?
Climate destitution.
Exactly. I mean, it's pretty gloomy out
Yeah.
there if you listen to the narrative of defeatism. And he said, you know what? I don't think that's very healthy for young people. Actually, I think young people are going to be part of the answer. How do we give people urgent optimism and help them feel a sense of agency so that they can take action and be part of the solution? And so with those two questions, we were born as the Earthshot Prize. And really, the Earthshot is because we believe that this is the decade where we don't need a moonshot like they had in the 60s to land a man on the moon. What we need is an Earthshot, which is to protect the oceans, protect nature. And we know what that means. We know that it means we have to reduce our carbon emissions by over 40%. So we need to come up with really smart ways to not rely on fossil fuels. And then we need to protect 30% of the oceans and fresh water and nature if our communities and our homes are going to be protected and economies are going to flourish. And so that is the big meta challenge that we're all striving to do. And so what we want to do is act as a platform and a support. And actually, we want to become a movement where innovators around the world and young people around the world go, hang on a second, why don't I try and fix a problem near me? I think I can do something. And why don't I one day become an Earthshot winner?
I don't think you're wanting to become a movement. I think the Earthshot Prize is already a movement.
Well,
and a true force. I mean it. I want to speak about the young people because, you know, the world is so big and there's so many cultures, there's so many ways of life. How do you feel that the Earthshot Prize is able to cut through that diversity to truly get into the energy of the creativity?
it's a great question. So we think that diversity is the engine for creativity. And so it starts for us with appointing official nominators. So we have official nominators all over the world. We have close to 400 now. And we actually select them because of the diversity and the representation that they can bring in helping us get nominees into the Earthshot process. So every year we go out and we search the planet for amazing solutions that are proven and that, if scaled, could change the world. And our nominators help us do that. And we're very careful to make sure we want to go to parts of the world that others don't go to, and we want representation. So we deliberately search for women-led solutions. We deliberately search for solutions by indigenous communities. And we deliberately search for solutions by communities from the community. So in Africa, that means by Africans for Africans that can teach the world.
I need you on a very big stage speaking for 5 hours, Hannah.
No, you're the one that's going to be on our big stage, and that's and actually we don't need us on the stage. What we want is our amazing finalists and solutions, because they tell their stories from the heart, and all we want to do is put wind in their sails and get behind them, inspire a generation to be like them, and also crowd in the sort of support that they need to take their ideas to scale.
That's what I love about the Earthshot Prize again, is the fact that it's not just about prize money. It is so much more. There is a network that comes with the Earthshot Prize. There's a holistic mentorship program when it comes to the nominees, that even if you're not the grand prize winner of each pillar, but there's that rigorous program that you're a part of, but also you get to network with other like-minded people from around the world. And for me, it feels that it's a lifetime relationship. Am I correct?
Yes, well, we call it the Earthshot family, and we call it that for a reason. And we call it that because a lot of the time, being someone that's dreaming up a new idea that no one's thought of, that's a lonely place to be. A lot of the time when you come up with your crazy idea, people say you're crazy, and they say it can't be done. And then when you start to get it happening, it's a long road, it's hard. And it doesn't matter whether you're a mayor of a city, whether you're a young entrepreneur, or you're in a not-for-profit and a community leader or a youth movement. The journey is the same. It's a lonely leadership challenge. And it's, they talk in startup language of going through the valley of death, where you have to prove your idea, and then you have to get traction, and you have to get money to fund it, and you have to prove it to everyone. And then finally, you become some big, amazing unicorn, and everyone says, well, of course. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is today. And nobody knows that every single success took at least 10 years. Yeah. So we want to get behind people, and we want everybody that's part of the movement to feel like in some way they're part of an Earthshot family, where we look out for each other. We have honest conversations. One of our values is kindness as a team. How can we be kind and support each other? Because we know it can be lonely.
Yeah.
The other week we were in London, and we hosted with Bloomberg Philanthropies, we brought together 30 or so nominees and finalists from the Earthshot Prize. And the sense of community and that ecosystem being built amongst them, and the ripple effects from that are amazing, because now people are looking out for each other, and they're thinking about how they can collaborate. And collaboration is going to be the key to how we see a lot of this work going to scale.
I always say that most people are so fixated with collaborating up that no one thinks about collaborating across. And I see it every single time. I mean, I was in New York with the Earthshot Prize and Bloomberg Philanthropies last year, and just watching the finalists and previous year winners, and how everybody's continuously pouring into each other, that you've got to call so-and-so, or so-and-so's in the audience, I must introduce you to that person. And just watching that camaraderie, and I knew that that wouldn't have been able to even be in existence had it not been for the spirit of the Earthshot Prize already kind of really putting that as a seed amongst the winners and the finalists, to continue to just be there for each other, to believe in that dream, right? And to not be called crazy.
Absolutely. And one of the elements of the Earthshot Prize is we don't just have nominees and finalists and winners. We have amazing partners like MultiChoice who come together because they share the same mission as us, which is to spotlight and speed to scale incredible solutions. And so seeing all the partners in the room together with finalists, rolling up their sleeves, visiting solutions, thinking about how they can help them to scale. Every single finalist has a mentor, is getting advice from incredible people with so much business experience. We really want anyone that comes through the process of the Earthshot Prize to feel that they're part of a family. And even if they don't win, and even if they're not a finalist, my question will be, how do we all support each other in country, regionally, and globally?
What are some of the strides that you feel the Earthshot Prize has made that continue to motivate you to keep finding the unicorns around the world?
Well, you know, I have to say, people say, how are you so optimistic? And when I come out and visit solutions, I'm just so motivated and energized by the people that I meet and the change that they're making happen. Yesterday in Ghana, we met with a youth association that has come together with the local municipality in Accra to find a way to support waste pickers and to help them to become really the people that have rights and are paid a fair income by taking and creating decentralized waste centers across the municipality with the goal of trying to get to zero waste. And so it's incredible to watch the decentralized network and the inspiration that if this were to happen in municipalities all over Africa, it would be incredible. I mean, you know, waste pickers are my heroes. They're the people who don't notice, but they're going around, they live what we say in the bottom of the pyramid precariously, and yet the world has a huge waste problem, and nowhere is that waste problem, in my view, so evident as here. You know, we came across here in Lagos, and I could see landfill after landfill with people's homes on the landfill. That has to stop. And some of that will stop upstream because we need good legislation and regulation. Some of it will stop because we turn waste into new products and new things that can have a second life. So I always say, how do we turn waste into gold for local people? And so those are the kind of inspirations on a daily basis I can see by coming and visiting, but also through the thousands of nominations that come into the prize every year.
I'm sure you're constantly taken aback just reading the different innovative solutions that so many organizations and businesses are coming up with across the world. But I find power in media. And I always hold media accountable because media has this responsibility to shine a light, the responsibility to shine the right light. And of course, you have partnered with MultiChoice Group to be your light, to shine your spotlight on across the African continent. And I want to unpack why MultiChoice Group, why this partnership, and why it's so important for the Earthstar Prize to partner with them.
Well, you know, we met with the MultiChoice team over 2 years ago, and I would say you have just become really a core part of our family. And it starts with sharing values. And one of the values that we shared was the desire to tell stories that would matter and that would inspire young generations of Africans to see opportunity where today often there is none, or it's perceived that there are no opportunities. But the second thing that really motivated us as a team was we are adamant that we want stories told by Africans for Africans to the world. And MultiChoice, especially with so I just got to say this, your talent factories, they make my heart beat so hard. I'm going to go meet your talent factory in Lagos. I will have met all your talent factories. So for those of you
Aren't they special?
Oh my God.
Aren't they just special?
I love them. It's full of such talented young people, and they're learning to be script writers and filmmakers and digital creators. And I want them to have the power of the story. I want to give them a platform so that they tell stories about African solutions to the world with MultiChoice. So for us, when we knew that we were going to come to Cape Town to bring this year's awards to Cape Town as a gateway into a conversation that would put the spotlight on Africa, it was very obvious to us that we would work with MultiChoice hand in hand. And it continues to be just an incredible adventure with you all to do that. And we're actually traveling with some of the MultiChoice team, and we have some of the talent factory coming on the trip to visit solutions with us. So it's super exciting.
I always say the talent factory guys are so lucky. So lucky. I wish I could rewind and just be a part of the cohort as well. But I love
I want to go and be in the talent factory.
Same here. Same here. I mean, it's such a great program that MultiChoice came up with, and the fruits of it have been countless and so amazing. And every time one steps on any set, either in South Africa or across the continent, and you find one of the beneficiaries of the Talent Factory, you just know that you're dealing with somebody who's just so entrenched in their work and in their art. And you know, the Talent Factory does such incredible work. So shout out to MultiChoice. Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
We love you.
very
Now
inspiring.
you're coming to Cape Town. You're coming to Cape Town in November. You already know that Cape Town is very beloved in South Africa, and I don't want to start a city conflict conversation here. But why Cape Town?
Well, you know, the next stop from Cape Town is Antarctica, right? And we feel, you know, and I'm saying that with a kind of lightness, but also seriousness. You know, we're watching the changes in oceans, we're watching the change in the climate. Uh, Cape Town sits at the foot of Africa, looks out to the world, and tells us and reminds us daily of the changes that everybody is seeing. Cape Town nearly had a day zero on its own freshwater challenges not long ago. You'll remember it. You know, it's a city that's alive with brownouts and all these challenges. And it's also a city that is really working hard to make big changes.
Absolutely.
And we want to shine a spotlight on the cities and the mayors and the countries who, even if it's not perfect, because none of us are perfect, is making strides to make changes happen. And so, you know, when I look at some of the policies in Cape Town and when I see some of the incredible solutions in Cape Town, I'm inspired and I want to showcase them to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You know, I've met a number of solutions in Cape Town that I'm like, guys, we just need this in every city in the world. Could we just sort that out now, please? So we're super inspired to come to Cape Town, and we're looking forward to holding not just the big reveal of who the 5 winners this year will be for the Global Earthshot Prize. We also convene a lot of really key stakeholders around our finalists, and with the city and the country and with policymakers and with people that can invest or donate to solutions. And we hold what we call an Earthshot Week. So expect Cape Town to be an Earthshot Week for that first week of November, but with stories going out to the world. So the world's media will be joining MultiChoice, Cape Town, and all of us to celebrate, spotlight, and inject urgent optimism into the global narrative about the environment, because we need more urgent optimism. You know, we can't always be on this defeat and denial and gloom and anger track. There's so much to celebrate, so much progress, that if we all put our minds to it, we could actually make it go even faster.
I mean, I love the idea of the world descending upon Cape Town for the Earthshot Week. For anyone who's never experienced or even knows about Earthshot Week, what does it entail?
Well, so let me just tell you about the drumbeat that is currently
Already
underway.
have Tonga saying, "Are you taking volunteers?" So
Love it, love it. Go volunteer for one of the solutions and help them with whatever they need. Okay, so drumbeat. We are in the middle of getting to we're in the middle of getting to who will be in the top 15. When we go to New York in September for the UN General Assembly, we will be revealing the top 15 across the world. They'll go into a fellowship program for a year. We're going to wrap support around them. It's going to be amazing. Then they're going to come to Cape Town. They're going to have a fellowship retreat with incredible masterclasses and mentors from really global figures, helping teach them on how to tell their story, how to raise an investment, how to grow their business. What does it take to be a leader? All of those things. And then, drum roll, we get to announce 5 winners, 1 in oceans, 1 in nature, 1 in waste, 1 in clean air, and 1 in climate change. £1 million each of a grant. Now, our big challenge to the world is that's not enough. We're going to give catalytic grants, and we're going to go out and try to help crowd in even more support for those winners, but also finalists and also for nominees more broadly, because we want every person that's working on a solution to feel that they're in the spotlight and to feel hope and energized and part of that solution. And then we'll go into conversations, because it's not enough to just put money into these things. Actually, there's some really difficult roadblocks to how you take things to scale. We need policy changes. We need people to collaborate in new ways. And that's where we bring people together in Cape Town to have those courageous conversations. But wait, it's not gone, because then we're also, the call for the next year's nominations is open. And so that's where my Africa-wide competition comes in. I have here, it's not a very pretty list. I have the list of every country that's been sending nominees in from across the continent.
Tell us the list. Tell us the list.
Man. And I'm like, okay, is everybody ready to compete? Because I want to 10x this next year, please. Everybody, this is better than the World Cup. I want to see so many nominations coming from Africa, because here's what I think we can learn. By looking at those nominations, those 400 we got this year, let's imagine we now got 1,000 from Africa next year. They tell a story. And I tell you what that story is. The story is of African innovation and creativity. Africa can teach the world.
This is going to be a very different Earthshot prize. I can already feel it. I can already feel it. I experienced the one in Singapore, and it took my breath away, because Singapore has had a very specific and intent mission when it comes to sustainability, when it comes to the true nature of what they want their city to be and their country to be. And I just loved every moment of being there with the Earthshot family. And I do wonder, in terms of the youth, is there opportunities for the youth within the Earthshot Prize family?
Absolutely. We're plotting a few things which I can't reveal yet, but our whole theme for this year is to celebrate youth creativity. So ... but get ready.
Okay, so stay on Nomzamo's page, stay on Earthshot Prize page, stay on Multi-Choice Group page, and then you'll get the information. Okay. You've piqued my interest. I'm already excited. Hannah, before I let you go, I love the passion and the true humanity that you speak when it comes to the Earthshot Prize, and really how galvanized everybody is around the Earthshot Prize, and also how many people have had the opportunity to be a part of the family. One lasting word from you. What is the essence? What is the thing that the judges are truly looking for? And I'm asking this because I know that there are so many people on this live, and so many people who are doing the necessary work, and maybe they don't know what's the one thing that should set them apart. I know scalability is always one of the words, but also there's something that we may not know, and I'd love to give you that opportunity to just let us in on it.
Well, I'd be remiss not to say that, of course, today is Nelson Mandela Day, right? And
Yes.
there's a quote of his that I have close to my heart, because it really sums up the courage and the grit and the determination that I see in everybody that's working on this. And it's that quote, right, which is, it's not impossible, it's always impossible until it's done. And when you think of the journey that it takes, what we look for is the spark in the eye, the spark of magic that the idea leaves you with. But everyone can have a magical idea and not follow it through. It's turning the seemingly impossible into the new normal. That is what we're looking for. We're looking for the people with the grit and the determination. And we're looking for people that understand and believe in collaboration and kindness. And every now and again, they'll either have a cry or they'll have a laugh, but they are going to make this happen. And they're going to make it happen for their communities, for people. That's who we look
And guess what?
for.
And guess what also the Earthshot Prize does, everyone who's listening, is that even if you don't win the first time,
Come back.
always have the opportunity to come back because you learn something. You learn something from why it didn't get to the very end. And so it makes you go back to the drawing board. It makes you find the thing and add the thing and work hard at the thing. And that's what I love about the Earthshot Prize, that it's never a dead end. It's always a, let's see you next year. Am I right?
Oh, 100%. We've pulled in some that we thought weren't ready from last year. We had them tagged so that we knew. We re-invited them to come back in the next year with a bit more of experience, maybe some battle scars, maybe they'd had to change direction a bit. This is how we learn. This is all of us. I mean, let us all be really clear. We are all in new space. We are all making this up together. We are creating the future we want to live in together, but no one has that blueprint. Every single person, each of us, has the ability to take action and be a part of building that future. Never let anyone tell you you don't have agency or possibility and potential. Each one of us does. We have innovators that came out of the Kibera slums using fire stoves, seeing their daughter burnt from the fire stove. Charlotte, who was a winner from last year, and you know her well, Charlotte, creating a new cook stove that would be safer, lower air emission, lower air pollution, lower carbon emissions. It can come from anywhere, that innovation. Don't ever underestimate your ability to make a difference.
Do not ever underestimate your ability to make a difference. Talk about legacy. Talk about legacy. And if there's one word that you would use to describe the youth of Africa that you have encountered during this time here on this beautiful continent,
Oh my God.
what would the word be?
Talented, full of energy, passionate. The talent is just bringing out creativity. It's just brimming from the young people that I keep meeting here. It just keeps me completely energized. And, you know, if I think about the Earthshot, by 2030, we want Earthshot to be a verb in the dictionary, to Earthshot. And it would give me so much joy to know the world was changed because of young African creativity teaching the world what it looked like to leapfrog into the future.
Hannah, as you speak it, and so it shall be.
May
Thank you
it
for
be.
your leadership. Thank you for your belief. Thank you for everything that you and the entire Earthshot family continue to do. We cannot wait for the Earthshot to be a verb in the dictionary one day very soon, and I know it's going to happen. By the way, everyone, if you are just joining the live, the Earthshot Prize is coming to the African continent for the very first time. We are going to be playing host in November in Cape Town, the mother city. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Please go to the Earthshot Prize page, engage with everybody, DM them. If you have to, like, just go in there, DM and say, how do I volunteer? How do I participate with the Earthshot Prize? I want to be a part of the action. We really want to make it a very special and a very memorable Earthshot Prize, especially the Earthshot Prize week, because it's an entire week, and we really want the Earthshot Prize family to really know that Africa just stood on the tallest mountain, Table Mountain, and shined ever so bright. But most importantly, we really want to be able to make a change and make our mark and show the innovation of young people across this beautiful continent. And I can't wait for us to host the Earthshot Prize in November. Happy Mandela Day, everybody. I hope you got your 18 minutes or 18 hours or 18 seconds of doing good, of honoring this incredible legacy. Thank you, MultiChoice, for being such a fantastic #1 African broadcaster who continues to shine a light and stay hyper local. Thank you for showing our stories. Thank you for making everything that is for us and by us. And most importantly, thank you, Earthshot Prize. Thank you for having me. Thank you for taking me on this ride. And thank you for galvanizing every single passionate environmentalist to take the Earthshot, the Earthshot Prize. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you so much. See you in November, if not before.
I'll see you in November or in New York.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Hey everybody. I mean, I was so excited. I even wrote a shot. I said hashtag take your shot Eries. So excuse that little spelling error. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to Hannah. That was such an insightful conversation. I didn't want that conversation to end. I am so inspired. It's so fantastic to be a part of organizations and of course be a part of the Earthshot Prize and be led by individuals who truly, truly have the belief, not only in the people, but also in the cause. And it was just incredible. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you for your time and thank you for your passion. Thank you for shining a light on our beautiful continent and also for shining a light on every single impactful, innovative solutionist around the world. And thank you so much to everyone.